Today in n8n, we are going to be taking a look at the convert to file node, which allows you to download binary data. Say, for example, you have an image that is currently in base 64 text. Well, by using a convert to file node, we can download this image. Or if you have data stored as JSON, we can download this as JSON. Or we could convert that into a spreadsheet, whether it's like a CSV file or an XLSX. And the best part is we can even set specific sheet names in that Excel file if you specifically want to. We're going to go through 6 different examples. I'm going to take you through some of the different settings and options that are available for this node. And I'm also going to talk about every single file type that is currently available. It is possible more file types are added here in the future. So if they are, I apologize. I'm covering what is available right now going into October of 2025. So before we do jump into these examples, if you guys need any help with data or any AI automations, I am taking on freelance customers. You can find my contact information down below in the description. So this out of the way, let's learn about the convert to file node. Okay, guys, so we're going to go through a bunch of different examples of the convert to file nodes. What I wanted to show you is like, this is what I'll be covering here in this video. A lot of it's pretty straightforward. What are the supported file formats on this side of things? You can do spreadsheets, text-based files, data files, as well as base 64 file handling. So that's if you're going to deal with images, which is really awesome. In general, right, that means you can take any structured data, whether it comes from API, database, or AI generated output, and turn it into a real file. That's really the benefit of this. I'm only showing you basics over here, right? You could have a whole workflow and then at the very end, convert to file. But again, this is to teach you about this node. So let me show you first what we're going to be using in this video. So I'm mainly going to use this execute workflow on here, right? You can just go look for the manual trigger. I use it all the time in videos. Next, we're going to use this code node. So we're going to use this just to populate our data that we're going to be converting. And then let me show you where to convert the file is. So you go click the plus icon, go over here to convert the file, right? And you have all of these different options over here. You have 10 different actions right now, and it says actions perform a step, and your workflow has already started, right? So you have CSV, HTML, ICS, JSON, ODS, RTF, text file, XLSX, and then move base 64 to string file. A lot. So let's jump into these. So right up first, we're going to do a CSV file. So we're going to do over here. CSV is, I don't know if it's more popular than XLSX, but this is when you're working with spreadsheets, right? In particular, like you have one tab in a spreadsheet, that's what a CSV is. I use CSVs and XLSX all the time when I write pandas scripts. So at least if you work with data all the time, like you should be very familiar with both these data types. So all I'm going to do is go over here. What I have on this side of things is just some JSON. So we have companies, founder, year founded in the industry on this side of things. So what we're going to do is go over here and execute this step. We have this over here, right? And then what we'll do is you can see an output. And then if you go over here to the table, right? Company name, founder, year founded, industry, right? So then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and just click convert to CSV. So you have your operation, you have all these over here, right? So what you want to do on this side of things, we're going to turn this into a CSV file. You can put output file in the field name, and then you have different options over here. Like how do you want to separate this as a delimiter? Now, when you're working at CSV, it's very common just to have a comma. I would just keep it like that. You can also change this file name if you want, right? So like, let's say I want to put this as example1 convert. Let's change this up. Example1 convert, n8n, I don't know. You have that option, right? You can also specify hetero on here too. So I'm just gonna click execute step. And what we're gonna do is you'll see this over here, file name, right? And what we can do is just download this. And what I actually made one mistake is make sure that this is CSV over here at the n8n, right? So we go here, file name, execute step again. Now we have the CSV designation over here. Now I download this, right? And we'll see over here that this is going to be a CSV file, and let's open that up. All right, so you can see what I have over here. Now I'm just on the free version of Excel. I used to have Excel from college, but recently I got kicked out of my account. But regardless, we have our company, founder, year founded, and then industry, right, as our header row over here. And then we have all of the data that we populated with our initial JSON, right? So now let's jump into our second example. And then you can see it says over here at the bottom, example 1, convert to n8n, and that's the name of the file. All right, let's jump into the next one. Cool. So now what we're going to do is just go to the XLSX file. Again, I find it very helpful if you're working with data on this side of things. So again, the same exact JavaScript over here to create JSON. And we'll just execute that and pin it. And then what we're going to do is convert over here. So you have a few different options on this side of things. So convert to XLSX, right? I just kept this as data. Now you can also compress the file, and what it says on the compression side, whether you want to reduce the output file size. So let's just compress this. I still don't have the header row. You can also put a sheet name. So I don't know, we can go over here and say sheet. We'll just call this like executive data. I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. Executive data, right? And we can go over here and change the file name. And again, let's put this as a file name as like n8n example, n8n example 2, and then just make sure that you put the file type. So XLSX like that. Again, a little bit more options, right? Because when you work with the XLSX file, you can have multiple sheets within it, whereas CSV is one sheet specifically. So, you know, I haven't really experimented too much in like building out a larger file on that side of things. Typically, like if I'm gonna have multiple sheets in a spreadsheet, I'll just automate that in Python. So what we're gonna do is just execute this step over here. Again, download it and let's open that up. All right, so again, we have our thing over here, company name, founder, year founded, industry, we have all of our data. And then you can see our sheet tab over here is called executive data, right? So awesome, that is working. Cool. And also one other note, right? Now that we have a file, we're working with binary data. So this is why that appears over here, where it doesn't appear over here on that side of things. And honestly, I might make a full video on talking about binary data here in n8n if enough people want to see that. All right, so next let's talk about JSON, right? Again, very popular to get this from APIs. Also, when you're working with AI data, right? You're gonna typically have JSON. So one of the things, if you use a structured output parser, you'll notice it mentions JSON example over here. So what I'm gonna do is just go to our AI agent and I just saved this JSON, right? So California cities, LA, San Francisco, and San Diego. We're just going to keep that and pretend that's the execution from this AI agent. Again, it's very common to get JSON output with this AI agent. So then we have this over here. And what I'm going to do is convert this into a JSON file. Now we have a few different modes over here. Each item is a separate file or all items to one file. And then you can set this file name. So I'll like testlive.json, right? And you can see other options over here. You can say a format or encoding as well. I haven't really messed with these too much. So I'll just move that over here, execute this step. And now we're gonna have our JSON as a binary file over here. So again, if you wanna view this stuff, go back over here and view it, right? Obviously it's gonna be the same there. And then you can download it and you can see testlive.json, and we have our JSON right over here in Google Chrome. Awesome. So that's JSON. Up next, what I want to show you is something pretty cool. And this is the image side of things, right? So base64 allows us to change format and bring it back to its original format, right? So like, for example, an API might give you an image as base64. So here's an example of a website that converts an image into base64. So I go to this website, base64image.de. What I did is I uploaded a picture of Zermatt in here. And then ideally it'll give me specifically a base64 string over here. And what I want to show you guys is be careful with that. So, you know, going in over here, right, this is what it gave me as the output. So you have data :image / PNG, right, semicolon base64. And you have this long string way over here. And I'm not going to show that full string, right? Also to note, I made this as an edit set node this time. Set for manual mapping. I just called it image, made this a string. This will not work in n8n. So what you need to do, if you go over here, just remove that first part of it. So like, and I'll put this over here in my sticky note too. So remove this section. So remove, because it's not going to work, right? So what I have, and I'll just hook this all up together, right? I just have this as image, that's the string, right? Base 64. And what we're going to do is we're going to convert this back. So we have moved base 64 string to file. I just called this image. Again, you have other things over here. You can change the file name if you really wanted to. And again, we just go over here and execute step. I just want to show you that this worked as well. So this is, you know, the base 64. Like, we have a lot going on over here, right? If I want to view this image, take a look. One of the most picturesque towns I've ever been to. Zermatt's amazing. That's the Matterhorn right over there. I went when there's still snow there. Really, really cool place. If you ever have the chance to go to Switzerland, I recommend that you check out Zermatt. It's really cool. But regardless, right, what we have taken is base 64, right? And again, I converted the image to base 64 for this video. I use this website. So if you guys want to try this out and follow along with me, you know, upload an image to the site. It'll give you the code over here. And just to show you an example of that, right? I just uploaded one of my YouTube videos, right? So if I go over here to copy image, you can see on this side of things, I'm just going to create another thing over here, right? When I copy this in, you can see that this has this initially. So if you want that to work, right, remove the first part and you'll be in business. So there's that example, right? Again, you can just upload this here to test it out on that side of things. Okay, so what I want to show you now is a text file. So again, keeping this super basic, edit set field. I just called this YouTube transcript. It's a string. In this video, we'll be going to talk about how to convert to file node, right? Cool. And I just go to convert to file, right? I, again, just drag and drop this over here. For text input, we have convert to text file. You have a few other options for encoding and file name. If you want to change that, we've covered a little bit of this over here as well. I have my error because I don't have this manual trigger set up over here. Earlier, she had multiple manual triggers, but we'll drag this over here. Cool. Oops. There we go. And again, execute step. You can download this as well. And when I click download, it'll have my text file. File.txt. I don't know why it's not appearing right now, but promise you that will be the case. Okay. And lastly, right, I just wanted to quickly talk about these other files on here. So I'm not covering every single file. I just wanted to cover some of the common ones. And now, of course, the text file is downloading on my computer. It's all right. We don't need to go over it. But ICS. So this, you'll find this on here. ICS, you can see over here. ICS, right? So ICS is calendar data. And of course, like the text file downloads twice. Look, here you go. Cool. So just showing you the text file work. So ICS is calendar data, right? So you can see convert to ICS, event title, start, end, different things like that. I haven't really messed with that. So, you know, I just want to cover that really quick. HTML, right? So this is like the backbone of websites. So again, you can just go over here, click HTML and get some HTML on that side of things. Additionally, you have ODS, which is another spreadsheet format. Again, I've not messed with ODS. I've messed with HTML, obviously, for scraping and things like that. And, you know, I coded in HTML. That was my first coding when I did a HTML class in high school. But convert to ODS, right? I haven't used ODS before, but that's another spreadsheet format. And lastly, RTF. So this converts with like fonts and colors with the text document. I have not used an RTF before, but if you can go back over here, you can see RTF, right? So what I just want to cover again, right? The convert to file node allows you to download data from your workflows in n8n, right? So if you want to have a workflow and at the very end, hey, you know, this is going to be some binary data, I want to download this, right? So I showed you, you know, some spreadsheet examples, whether you want a CSV, XLSX, right? Then you have a JSON example, which JSON's a very, very popular file format, right? Then again, like it's used quite a bit with AI agents. Then base 64, which is very popular when you're working with images, right? you convert an image to base 64, and then at the very end over here, you can just download it. Again, text file if you need that. And lastly, we covered, some of the other file type formats. And I know this is a little bit of a shorter video today. Some of these nodes are going to be a little bit shorter, but it's worth mentioning these, throughout these type of videos, and as well as in this n8n playlist. So that way you kind of know, what are your different options out there, because every workflow is different. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found some value, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm posting multiple n8n videos and AI videos every single week. On the screen right now, you'll see my n8n playlist. We have like 30 videos in there, I want to say right now, and I'm going to keep building that out. I want to have the best playlist on YouTube. So feel free to check out some other videos over there, get some more value, build out some cool automations, and I will catch you guys in another video.